Good to have you in here.
Thanks for having me. Nice ride.
Yeah, it is nice, isn't it? What do you think of the red?
It's not my usual go-to, but you look good in it.
Really?
I reckon.
Yeah, okay.
Pretty nice.
Okay. This sunroof's open. It was hot earlier. It's not anymore.
Ooh, that is very nice. I thought that was going to be a glass.
Oh, we've done that again. We've gone with the
wipers instead of the indicator.
Yeah.
Nice.
I've taken the speed bump route again too.
Yep. Got plenty of those in Willie up here. Sounds good.
How good are the heated seats like in this weather at the moment? Like it's that cold outside, you get in here and it's toasty.
Yeah, it is pretty nice in here. I do love a heated seat. It's very fresh on the Willie foreshore at the moment, so very happy to be in here.
I reckon the MG's the car you need if you're going to live out this way. Like the heated seats, there's a heated steering wheel as well.
That's a treat. That is a very special treat.
Either it is or I'm just nervous and it's getting cold and I'm gripping it.
I'm getting a lot of warmth from the heater, so it's very nice in here, very cozy.
Yeah, good stuff, MG. So when did you go to the club, Erin?
I've been at Willie since 2018. I reckon I rocked up late 2017 and...
Well, so you've done some time now.
Yeah, it's 5 years now.
Are you the most experienced girl out of the women's program, like in terms of time at the club?
Yeah, time at the club. I think I'm the only OG still kicking, one of the only ones.
So how's it been? Like obviously we had Gabby drafted, Sophia drafted,
Bridie
as well. So it's been sad seeing them go.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, credit to the club. I've had the chance to play with some pretty awesome talents over those 5 years.
Yeah.
And yeah, Gabby and Macca and Bridie going in this recent draft has been pretty awesome.
Yeah. Obviously it has a bit of an effect on our current quality of talent though. So having to forge new connections with people and, you know, bring in more people to the program. It's
a tricky one, I guess. Like you would know as well, seeing, you know, Cal and a few of your teammates get picked up over the last 2 seasons, and it's almost exciting when they do go. You've got so much excitement for them to absolutely like kill it at that top level, and then you realise, oh boy, who's going to take that spot? But I mean, that adds another element of excitement, doesn't it? Of going, hey, we're going to get some pretty new teammates here that we get to really welcome with open arms, and they get to join the Willie culture, which is exciting within itself too.
Yeah, I've certainly loved this last season. Like, obviously I've been out injured, but like we've had so much more involvement with the women's program and getting to know you all. It's like it's a real got a one club mentality, which is not something you get at every club. Like I know sometimes they're pretty divided, and like I know we had a joint training session throughout the year, which both programs got a lot out of. That's a dead end. So I have no idea where I am. So this year we had a joint function with the men's and women's. Were there any good performers on the night? Did you learn a bit about someone you didn't think they were capable of, or
I think you always...
funny stories you have for us?
Oh, you always do, I reckon, when we do functions together and get to spend a bit of time off the field. I think you learn a lot about people, but certainly what happens in the 4 walls of the footy club, we won't share too much. I reckon.
There's a few secrets.
Yeah, there might be a few secrets going around, but I think credit to the club, like we've created a pretty cool culture where no matter if you're in the men's program or the women's program, you're still part of the club, which is pretty cool.
Yeah, you don't get that everywhere, do you? Like that's sort of a really only thing. Like with how together we are.
I reckon that is true. I can't imagine too many, especially AFL aligned clubs, that are that keen on kind of having cohesion between their programs. So credit to Willie, and I think that's one of the reasons why I've loved staying. You know, the past 5 years is it's never really felt like us and them, or men and women. We've always been
a bit of credit to yourself for that, because you've been a big driver. Like in my time, I think that you've been one that sort of tied the 2 programs together.
Yeah, thanks. So, that's the aim, I think.
Is that something you take pride in, like sort of setting that connection up and driving that? Yeah,
certainly. I think as well, like we can learn so much from the men's program and what you guys are doing, and vice versa. And I think back to like local footy and netball clubs that I've played at in previous years. That's one of the reasons why you go to footy is like you get to meet people, you get to hang out with them, and you have something like your best mates and your friendships there. So
that's right.
Why not try to do it at the VFL level?
Yeah, it's sort of the thing about the VFL that's not always present, like the club mentality. Like people think that they're sort of there to get drafted, or you know, there to just play the highest level, but there should still be that club mentality part of it, and I think that we definitely have that. Yeah,
and I feel like success follows on from that, doesn't it?
Yeah,
if everyone's there because they want to be there, then success comes, and then you know those awesome draft stories come too. But if you're not really in it for the culture, I think that's where it can fall away really quickly.
Yeah, that's right. So how smooth is this car, by the way? Unbelievable.
It is very smooth. I'm not feeling many of these speed humps. You're doing very well, Tone.
We're getting hammered. It's hard to avoid them in Willie, but the MJ's doing very well. Oh, cute dog.
Do you have a dog?
Yeah, I do have a dog. You have a couple of dogs.
I have 2 dogs.
Yeah, they get a lot of Insta airtime.
They get so much traction, those two. And do you know what? Hilariously, they get like recognised around the streets of Williamstown and Newport.
They don't.
Kid you not.
Wow, just when you thought you heard it all, I had just heard it all.
There it is. It's those 2 dogs, and I mean they do stand out. A brown border collie.
Have their own Instagram accounts?
No, we're not. No.
Not far off that?
No, we're not there. We're not there.
We're not there.
No, I don't think they need it. I feel like we go for walks and they get recognised as Chip and Flick. And actually, hilariously, because I'm a school teacher at the local primary school, a lot of the kids know about my dogs, like our dogs that we've got.
Oh, yeah, yep.
And so many times Bailey's been out walking them, and instead of people stopping to recognise Bailey Dale, they're like, Erin's dogs! And I'm like, you bet they're more famous than an AFL player.
That would take a hit to Bailey's ego, I reckon, the dogs.
Yep. Yeah, exactly. They're more famous than
While we're on Bailey, there's been some rumours going on that you prompted his move to half-back and maybe potentially why he was an All-Australian last year.
Yeah, I'm claiming it. Absolutely.
Really?
I reckon, I reckon to be honest, it would have been in his years where he was a bit fringe playing in the forward line, and I was like, you got to get in the back line. Like, one, it's pretty easy back there.
Yeah. Oh, is that a quick clip to the backline players?
Absolutely. No, I'm a backline player and I'm for it. It's the easiest job. You just run in straight lines and get the ball.
Okay.
And don't let your player get the ball. It's honestly the easiest gig.
Have a listen to that, Jeff. I'm sure you'll like that. Easiest line.
Yeah, they actually, this is a funny footy story. Because I kind of helped set up the first ever like inaugural.
So you're like recruiting girls from the area and things like that?
Yeah, recruiting girls from the area and like working with the committee to get a license and stuff.
Oh wow.
Previous
so
to that,
a bit involved.
Yeah, a little bit involved. Well, I was playing with their youth girls team, their under 17s, and then I got too old.
How old are you, by the way?
I'm 26 now, so do the math.
17,
I played my first year of footy in under 17s, but I was already 18 because you know how they let you like be a year older. They have a few like older ones.
Yeah.
And then the next year, I was like, I've only played 1 year of footy. I don't want to play women's footy yet because I was still only like a 19-year-old.
So
I got a permit.
Footy was 18 years old?
Yeah. My first game of footy was the morning after my 18th birthday party. So picture that. That was rough.
How'd you perform?
Actually, it was pretty good.
Wow.
But
were you stat line? What was...
Head in the toilet would have been at half time. And
was it really?
Yeah. And after the game, could not hold my stomach down. But funny story. 2 years like into creating the women's team down at Eady Asp, I got a call and they were like, we want to like the under 17s boys at the club have the junior trophy which goes to like the best under 17s player, and it's named after someone historic. And they're like, now that we've got women's teams up and running, we want to like start this best player for the female, the best junior female at the club. And they're like, look, this is a bit bizarre, and at the time I'm 22, they're like, this is a bit bizarre, like you're still alive and stuff, but we want to name the trophy after you. And I was like, whoa, I do not know of anyone that gets like a trophy named after them after 2 years or 3 years of service and so young. But they were like, well, you know what, you're one of the only girls that have kind of rolled through the system, and like credit to you. So there is a Erin Meade trophy down there.
Wow, listeners, there you go. There's an Erin Meade trophy at the Eady Asp Football Club.
Yep, and then I just roll back in and I get to present it every year, which is pretty cool because I get to see the best talent that's coming up through the ranks. But I just feel so fraudulent because they're probably expecting some absolute hero.
Yeah, well, I think that's what you are down there though. You can go with hero status.
Yeah, I mean, no. Well,
that's a great story though. You have a... is it a best and fairest or is it the best?
Yeah, best and fairest for the top age group. But I love to rub it in because Bailey doesn't have that down there, and he played Eady Asp too.
Wow, yeah, so true. So there's
hold it over him.
I mean,
like never been in a brawl. I'm very much like that.
Oh, really?
Break it up. Yeah, so I like to say sorry every time I tackle someone. Do you know actually that is... Oh, get around the ball.
Rev them up.
I'll be like, who is that in the good-looking MG?